Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Knees Over Toes review. I'm Tristan, aka Elbows Over Ears Guy, your favorite fitness influenza. This video is a 90-day review of the Knees Over Toes program, Dents. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my progress, as well as giving you my perspective on the program. At the second half of this video, I'll also be doing a Q&A, so make sure you watch this video until the very end. Also, I just want to thank you guys again for 1,000 subscribers. A couple weeks ago, I released a video thanking you guys on that, but you may have missed it, so I just want to thank you guys again. You guys are the best. So for those of you who are new here, just to give you guys a little bit of context, I've never had any knee issues, and I bought the program specifically for jumping higher. All my life, I've never been able to dunk on a 10-foot basketball rim. At best, I could touch the rim off of a left leg jump. So I bought this program to jump higher, and I'll be going in more depth onto that in just a minute. I started the program at the end of February of this year, and I've been following it ever since, training legs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with an additional jump day on Sundays. Around mid-March, I started to develop some pain on the inside of my right knee. I believe that was caused by overuse because I was also running 2 kilometers 3 to 4 times a week, and as a result, I think it put too much stress on my knees. So I talked to the ATG trainer about it, and their recommendation was that I regress and take some time off of running and just focus on doing the knees over toes workouts for now, and I've done exactly that. I've just been doing the workouts ever since, laying back on the running. From March to April, I was basically just cruising on the program, just showing up and following the workouts exactly how it was outlined. I didn't really care too much about progressively overloading until I found out that the only way to move on to the next program, which is called Standards, was to be able to do VMO squats for 10 sets of 10 in 10 minutes with 25% of my body weight, reverse step-ups for 10 sets of 8 reps in 20 minutes with 50% of body weight, ATG split squats for 10 sets of 5 reps in 20 minutes with 50% of body weight, hip flexor lift for 3 sets of 20 reps with 10% of the body weight, Jefferson curls for 3 sets of 10 reps with 50% body weight, and seated good mornings for 40 reps in 5 minutes with 50% of body weight. With 30 days left, I just focused on hitting those rep and set quotas and progressively adding weight. I eventually had to take a week off from the program because of burnout. The workouts are really tough, and personally, I hate training legs more than twice a week. On top of that, I was also always sore, so I had to take a break. In May, I started playing basketball on my off training days, but I was still following the knees over toes workouts. I eventually hit the standards for VMO squats, reverse step-ups, split squats, and Jefferson curls. I'm still working on the hip flexor lift and good mornings. I can do the hip flexor lift with 6% of my body weight, so 10 pounds for 3 sets of 20 reps, and I can hit 30 reps on the seated good mornings with 50% of my body weight, so 80 pounds in 5 minutes. So I'm getting pretty close. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, did he dunk yet? So after 90 days, I definitely feel quicker and more bouncier, and my technique has gotten better. My left leg jump is about the same, but I can touch the rim now off of a left-right penultimate step, but my right leg jump and right-left penultimate is pretty much the same as when I started. So I sent my jump videos to the ATG trainer for feedback, and his response was that most people can add around 4.5 inches to their vertical with hard work and consistency over the course of a year. Obviously more if you're a genetic outlier and also you've been able to dunk in the past, but you've lost it due to injuries. For me, obviously I have average genetics, so at best I could probably hang on the rim at the end of this year. Now let's talk a little bit about the workouts itself. The workouts are tough, and I'm literally drenched in sweat by the end of every workout. As for my knee pain, it's still there. I have to warm up before I play basketball or do any of the knees over toes workouts. I do around 10 to 20 reps of VMO squats, ATG split squats, reverse step-ups, and of course 5 minutes of walking backwards with weight just before I start my workouts. Now, basically the goal of Dents is to bulletproof the entire lower body by building muscle and mobility in your lower back and hips and knees and ankles. A lot of the exercises are quad dominant, so you'll definitely build muscle around your quads if you haven't already. I've definitely gained some definition in my legs since starting the program. As for the ATG trainer, for those of you who don't know, when you purchase the program, you also get access to a coach who can provide you feedback and answer any questions that you have about the exercises or the workout program. I try and submit a video of the last 3 reps whenever I can. They're pretty knowledgeable and they provide very helpful feedback. They usually respond to my questions within 12 hours. The only negative thing I can say about the program is that it lacks specificity for what I'm trying to achieve. Personally, I think 1 jump day a week is not enough and there should at least be 2. But then again, the program was designed for injury prevention, not actually jumping higher. I was looking through the standards program and it's still pretty similar to Dents. You're still training 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with an additional jump day on Sundays, but you're not really jumping more than that. After going through the standards program for 12 weeks, there is actually a program after that called Athletic Potential. In that program, you're actually jumping 2 to 3 times per week. So I asked the ATG trainer if I could skip standards and I could go straight into Athletic Potential. That way I'd be jumping at least 2 to 3 times per week, which would actually be more conducive to my goal. And their response was they wanted me to do standards for at least 2 weeks just to see how I managed. And then from there, we would reassess and see if I could actually handle the workload before moving me on to Athletic Potential. Now the thing is I didn't see much vertical gains from Dents, and the workouts are really tough, and I don't want to spend another 12 weeks going through these really hard workouts just to get mediocre results in return. And for that reason, I've actually been thinking about switching programs to either PJF Performance or THP Strength. Those two programs are focused on bulletproofing and also increasing vertical, so it'd be like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, instead of focusing all my efforts on bulletproofing. Anyways, I plan on doing standards for 1 or 2 more months and see how it goes. If I jump a little bit higher, then I'll definitely stay on the program, but if not, then I'll definitely be switching over to either THP Strength or PJF Performance. Also, if you guys are finding the video helpful so far, make sure to smash the like button so the almighty YouTube algorithm recommends this video to more people. Alright, so if you made it this far, it's time for the Q&A part of the video. So the first question is from Michael Navarro, and he asks, would you say this program is good for people with patellar tendonitis? Well, usually patellar tendonitis is caused from overuse, and most physios would usually tell you to regress from whatever activity is causing you pain in the first place. Would I recommend the program for a runner's knee alone? I would actually recommend trying out the exercises by this video from Kneesovertoes Guy and see how you feel after. If your knees feel better after, it's safe to say that getting the program is probably the right move for you. Cautious One asks, do you feel stronger and more flexible? Has this improved your balance? I definitely feel more flexible, probably 200% more flexible than when I first started the program. But prior to the program, I never used to stretch, so that's not really saying much. But the program does have us stretching 5 times a week, so you'll definitely see an improvement in your flexibility. As for my balance, it has also gotten better. I can confidently jump and land on 1 leg as opposed to 2 legs every single time. In terms of strength, not really. The program never really has us using more than 50% of our own body weight, so you're not really going to see any crazy strength gains there. Ryu asks, if you don't have access to a gym and weights, and you can only use your body and outdoor stuff, would you still recommend the Kneesovertoes workout, or do you need gym equipment for it? So Kneesovertoes Guy has a few programs on his site. In the program 0, essentially you're only using your own body weight. Would I recommend it? It really depends on what your goals are. If it's to dunk, then it can definitely help improve your mobility and bulletproof your body in preparation for heavier lifting, but it probably won't stimulate your muscles enough to actually make you bouncier. But if your goal is to eliminate knee pain, then 0 can definitely help. Michelle Shin2 asks, how much do the workouts last? So I think they meant how long are the workouts? The workouts normally take anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes to complete. 300 period Gucci Gang says, post every exercise he made you do. Just type in on YouTube Kneesovertoes exercises and you'll probably find it all there. Huckleberry Vaughn asks, thanks dude. One question. How is your lower back handling those good mornings? They hurt my lumbar area big time. So it's gotten better since my last video. I didn't mention it earlier, but I used to suck at seated good mornings because my lower back would always round and I'd get stiffness in my lumbar area the morning after. The 2 stretches that definitely helped me the most are the piriformis stretch and the groin stretch, as well as focusing on getting the lower abs to touch the bench first as opposed to trying to get the chest down. Because if you don't have the mobility to get your lower abs to the bench and you're trying to touch the bench with your chest, your lower back is going to automatically round. So try that out and I hope your lower back feels a lot better. Jet Li asks, is using a dumbbell a good alternative to a slant board? Yes, dumbbells are a good alternative to using a slant board, but I'd say in the short term. I use them for most of the exercises that required a slant board for the first 2 months I was on the program. You'll find that as you go heavier in some of the exercises, it will actually be an inconvenience using dumbbells. Also, dumbbells aren't on a 30-degree slant, so it can affect your range of motion in exercises like the Jefferson curl or the slant board calf raise. And if you have round dumbbells, you could potentially roll your ankle as well. I ordered a slant board recently and it's been a complete game changer for me. I highly recommend getting one, but I'd say yes, dumbbells are a good alternative to a slant board in the short term. Cole B asks, how did you do Dents before 0? So like I said earlier in the video, I never had any existing knee issues. I'd also been lifting for a couple of years as well. So the people at ATG let me skip 0 and get straight to Dents. If you're in the same boat, they'd probably let you do the same thing too. Anyways guys, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this and turn on the bell button to be notified when I drop a new video. 2 videos are going to pop up on the screen now. Click on one of them to support the channel. I'm Tristan Della Pena, and as always, I'll talk to you in the next one.